I'm Anna.
I'm Ben.
We're AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today, we're watching Spy Family, Season 2, Episode 12. Last episode, I'm going to go out on a branch and say that was probably one of your favorite episodes of Spy Family ever. Yeah?
I definitely liked any episode that had Yor and Lloyd get closer. Like the episode where someone's trying to poison Yor and she ends up getting drunk and they end up having their more heartfelt conversation on the park bench. Loved that. But this past episode, episode 11, with Becky, and then getting Nightfall, all the women that love Lloyd in one episode, and I adored it. You're right, that it was one of my favorites.
It was the closest we're gonna get to see Lloyd be that weird version of Bond man who has a harem of women.
Lloyd is in a harem anime. Yep. That's what it is. But I also specifically loved Anya and her wingman. To Becky in being like, yes, private chef.
Private chef. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, that was Spy Family, Season 2, Episode 12. That was the best episode. Maybe not, but it was.
But it was a really good feel-good episode for... It might not have been, like, the best episode ever. It could be up there, but it was incredibly important to, I would say, both of us. I'm speaking for both of us. And really wholesome and nice.
I care so much, not only for the physical well-being of Bond, but the emotional safety for him.
Yes.
I don't want him to be sad. I don't, like... Thinking about all he's been through. He shouldn't have been through anything in the first place. And then hearing Frankie acknowledge, like, you should just take him on a walk, man. I'm like, yeah, I love that. And then I didn't understand what pressure is on Bond. Like, if you can't control the aspect of being able to see the future or not, when that precognition activates, and it happens to you multiple times a day, it would take such... I could imagine any person just getting tired with it and stopping trying to do what's right, or save people, or save people's happiness. But Bond never would give up. He isn't giving up, and he was trying his best, and knowing that, oh, fuck, he's trying here, because he can see what's gonna happen, but... At the end of the day, when the ice cream still falls, Lloyd's gonna think that he did something wrong. That makes me tremendously sad.
I like the kind of chain of events of having Bond learn through, I would say, his owner's reaction to what he's doing, but also through seeing the consequences of his reacting to his precognitions.
Yeah.
That he's starting to learn to discern what is worth his intervention and what is not.
Yeah.
Like, he sees the poop on the shoulder from the pigeon on the lady, and he chooses to not react because he realizes the only way that he could stop that from happening is to tug on the lady. But also, that's a minor inconvenience compared to someone or something being stuck in a fire in a burning building.
My way of interpreting that scene was like, Bond was recognizing what just happened with the kids and was like, fuck, okay, this time I'm gonna think about what my reaction and attempt to, save this woman from bird poop.
How could I do it without getting in trouble?
It wasn't even him, like, giving up. Like, he was still in thought, like, trying to figure out another way to do it when he, like, had this, like, fire, like, prediction, and then that took priority over everything, which translated into his seriousness. And I love that he and Lloyd were, like, able to bond and, like, share in that moment. Like, I really feel like that's a real thing. Like, if you're, like, with your dog and you're fucking around or whatever, but then, like, imagine if you guys hear a noise outside or something, and you, like, look at each other and you're checking with each other, like, this is some real shit.
Right. I feel like when you think of a dog and, like, being smart, like, we get that clip, that flashback to the people that made Bond what he is, calling him dumb, basically.
Yeah.
But what makes a dog
I wish they were in
considered
the
a
fire.
smart dog is not that they can learn tricks or be like told to do something by repetition
Mm-hmm.
and do it. It's like that they would have like then more thought involved. Like
Yeah.
when Bond starts to kind of think through the problems and problem solve of, okay, well my owner doesn't like when I do this. How can I still do it with like the problem solving? That
Yeah.
he is smart, and he's able to think of how to change, like take what he's learned from Lloyd in terms of like the training Lloyd's previously given him, use that training in
Yeah.
order to help this interaction and this saving of Daisy be even more successful.
Yeah.
He's learned how to better communicate with Lloyd when he's serious.
You're so right, because it's not just like, oh, he has this ability to see the future. He is the decisions that he is making are inherently the right ones. Like in a moment like this, he protected Lloyd from falling through the floor. You
Right.
know.
And I really enjoyed this whole time. I mean, I was enjoying it before it got serious. Like I
Mm-hmm.
was enjoying it when we were just training Bond in the park, and I thought that was cute because like a man and his dog, and we're training him to do things that are actually more helpful for Lloyd as a spy, because obviously Bond had been previously helpful to him, and we adored that little episode. I think it might have been like a half an episode.
Yeah.
And we adored that. And so I was definitely really happy to be getting just some time in the park with some training, thinking about all the other dogs that were in the park with their owners doing like sit and spin and, touch, or maybe just not even able to do any of those things. And Bond's over here learning how to be like a police attack dog.
Yeah. I find that sometimes in shows, the showrunners don't put enough emphasis on like what is deserved or appreciation on like an animal in their world, right? Like without being too specific or calling a specific show out, I remember an instance that there was a canine involved in the story and they did a lot, and upon like parting ways with the owner, there wasn't enough affection shown, and there was rightfully so outrage, because it needs to be acknowledged like what this amazing creature is like loyal to you and what they're doing for you. I love that Lloyd by the end of the episode is like acknowledging, we just all went on a trip together. You didn't get to do that. We need to take you out and make sure that we have a day with you so you can be involved. That makes me, oh my god.
I think that another reason why this whole to center in on Lloyd specifically, why this episode was really great coming off of the vacation kind of on the cruise arc, is that whole time he was kind of being forced into trying to learn how to relax and be on a vacation, and he couldn't really do that because there was bombs on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And he still had to maintain Anya's happiness. And for this, it's like he is once again being put in a situation where he's being told to do something that is relaxing and not work related, which is stop trying to train Bond to bite someone's arm and just go on a nice peaceful walk. And what he gets out of that is this moment of seeing Bond so skinny that he can't help but let his emotions take over, and he just has the cutest laughing face on. And then the rewards of coming home and Anya's reaction is just so beautiful. Like, even if it was I think that what it is telling me is that certain people, like, yes, relaxing is inherently good, but relaxing is and positive interactions is different for every person of what would be the best for them, be the most positive, be the most relaxing. Lloyd isn't the type that could just go sit in a chair on a beach, and like that's totally fine. But what he gets out of this interaction and this time with Bond, even though they literally went into a burning building, that is like an incredibly happy, fulfilling, and wholesome kind of coming out of that and then coming home that he got. Like that idea of the family, and you're a member of the family, and he was proud of him.
I just love that it's like we're bringing up the fact that Yor has a moment that she has with Bond that's special to them, which is giving him a bath.
Mm-hmm.
We obviously know what Anya thinks of Bond and how what Lloyd said at the end of the episode. There's a little girl at home. Like, think about she would be devastated.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's something that we got this episode just between Lloyd and Bond, and I love that.
I love knowing that before now, Lloyd has been spending a good amount of time training Bond to be like specifically, but the training has been lacking any emotion or care about Bond, and that's why it was great that like Frankie brought it up. Like, you need to realize this dog has been through some stuff. They might not he might not even be wanting to do what you're wanting him to do.
Do you think that the mangaka for Spy Family has to have a dog? Like, is it like, I don't think...
Well, we've debated they have had to have had a child.
Yeah.
We don't have a child.
Yeah.
And so obviously it's just headcanon of mine that this is a very realistic depiction of a child that is Anya.
I know
but we
how
have a dog.
good it is for a dog. It's so good. I love the writing.
This episode was
so funny.
A really great depiction of a dog.
Like, the different mood when he's wet. Do you think...
Oh my God,
it's the same voice actor? Do you
yes.
think the dog voice actor is the same?
Yeah.
Or do you think they have to get a separate voice actor to change the tone that severely?
I would have to hear them side by side again to like decide that.
God. I would love to be the voice actor for a dog.
Bond?
Or
just a dog in general.
I don't deserve to be the voice actor. I feel like I could never.
I feel like if I got hired to be a voice actor and they were like, okay, Anna, here's the mic, go, you are this dog, and they put it on the screen, and if I was like, okay, I got this, Borf.
Yeah.
I'd be a laughing stock.
Yeah.
They would not hire me again.
But
it sounds so good.
I know my worth. I know where I stand.
You wouldn't voice act a dog? Okay.
I don't deserve it. I'd get cast as Daisy. Like, I wouldn't get the lead role, and I'm okay with that, you know? It's deserving.
I love that it was a dog that he saved, and it wasn't a person. Oh,
I felt like it was going to be a dog, like, right from the get-go.
So cute. And then, obviously, size-wise, to make it not only a puppy, but a pug puppy, which is incredibly tiny in comparison to Bond. So cute. Putting it just in the backpack.
Where do you think Lloyd got the power cable to tie up the arson guy?
Dude, that's a really great question.
He's wearing a hat that says fire.
That's why I thought he was pretending to be like the fire department or something.
I just think he was trying to stab Bond. Just tie him up, throw him into the building. If the firefighters don't get to him, that's fine.
You go live in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I totally understand that.
Fiona's heart target has got to be one of my favorite bits. They go the extra mile. Like, that's what I love this show so much.
Not
because
only
it's
the
like
hearts in the eyes, but then seeing what she was looking at.
I thought that's where it would have stopped. That's the bit.
But we got to see, but it was like she has hearts in her eyes, but why?
And
what's she looking at?
And then it's like, okay, the end of the bit could be like, oh, you're being motivated by like a picture of Lloyd like, hung somewhere. But no, she's firing hearts around in a perfect shape around a picture of him.
I think the other touch of that I really loved is that there was someone else in the shooting range. Yeah. I think that was also really great.
You know that she's shameless about it too.
Yeah,
like
totally.
She's like, yeah, of course this is what I'm doing.
But like he's the only one that wouldn't know. Lloyd. Yeah. He would be I feel like if someone, he is aware and really quick thinking in a lot of areas. And obviously when he's reading Bond this episode, I think that what I get out of that as a dog owner and just an animal owner in general is that the more time you spend with this creature, and if you are truly an empath, as I feel, or like truly caring about this creature, as Lloyd really is, but he's so focused on his job, he doesn't realize that all of that time that he's spent training Bond, he's really like, been with Bond. And so when Bond like clearly starts showing actions that are what he realizes is way different than normal, he's able to start like kind of reading Bond's movements and piecing things together, giving him the benefit of the doubt too. And so incredibly sweet. And I think what it does is it shows like you've put a lot of effort into this dog, but you've never reaped the rewards together of the relationship that you've been building just with training.
Yeah.
But you've been spending a lot of time together, and you obviously trust each other. So, like, reap the rewards of it. Get to, like, laugh together and have some fun.
Yeah. Yours great with scissors. That doesn't surprise me. In my head canon, it's like, not that she couldn't perfectly do what she was intending to make these people holding hands. Like, it's like her bloodlust took over.
Yeah.
And she couldn't help herself.
That was incredibly perfect. Frankie is building a new suit.
Yeah.
Which
glad to see it.
Glad to see it. Very happy to see it.
Did you ever...
Damien's having the time of his life with pillow fights.
Did you ever try origami when you were younger?
Yeah. It was, I don't know if you had it go around your school, the frogs.
No.
Okay, well, it became like a thing when I was in school to make origami frogs to the point that kids would sell them.
That's why I brought up selling the Stella Stars in the episode.
Yeah, like, people would, like, I guess certain kids that were really good at making the frogs would have their parents take them to, like, Michael's to get different color papers. And they would make all these different size frogs in the different colors. Mm-hmm. And then they would sell them to kids and everyone would make them like hop. And the teachers would then teachers would have drawers filled with confiscated origami frogs.
Ours were dog faces. Like I would do, and I was really good at it. And I would sell them for like candy in my school. Yeah. But I think Anya needs to like really
There's
get
always
on
like
this.
An economy in schools. Like bracelets was a thing, duct tape wallets and stuff was a thing.
Yeah, true.
And then the frog origami. Those were all like people were getting allowances. They were getting paid in allowances.
I was that's not origami. Like what we did, I wouldn't consider it because like I remember getting like origami kits to try to really learn like the art of it, and man, it is so like calming for me. It was like such like a peaceful thing to do.
Well, because it's also like so incredibly transformative, and if anything, it's like makes your mind like blow up a little bit to think that you can take just like a flat piece of paper and turn it into something 3D and something other than just what it was, to transform it. Mm-hmm. That's where like I like that we're like focusing in on the Stellas, but come on, think about how they were used by the end of the episode.
Yeah.
To put them on both of them and be like, like you did a great walk together.
Amazing.
Congratulations. Like, so
I would love to see the rest of the classmates' reaction to these Stellas, because I think it'd be like twisted and distorted and like, you know, remember looking at Anya through Damien's perspective?
Yeah. And
like it was more like glorified and prettified, you know? I think that would be the same thing with the stars. Like all the kids wouldn't, like their perspective of it wouldn't be, like you couldn't even tell it's paper. It would just be like a massive Stella. You know, because
really?
I think that's how they'd see it.
I'd be going the different direction. I mean, obviously, it seems like in the time that Anya was bragging about the cruise a little bit, everyone else kind of sees her as silly and stupid and embarrassing. But Damien kind of gives her like a little more credit. Yeah. And he finds her more entertaining.
That's true.
And so I feel like he'd be incredibly like, oh, that's really cute or endearing that she made Stellas, but everyone else would be like, this is lame. It's not even a real Stella. My parents would be embarrassed if I rolled up to the house with like this, you know?
But Damien would like hang it on his wall.
You're making a mockery of the Stellas. All these little kids are so not real.
All right, that's all I have.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.